Hey, what's up, people? Morning, Shane. I got along on some crude this all out on S3. So looked really, really good. So I got into it and I've been hanging on to it. And the thing just has not done anything all morning. I mean, it's still holding, but I actually did the rare move to break even on this one because it's just been sitting for such a long time. It comes down and takes me out. I'm just going to let it and then I'll reassess it once some volume comes in. But I really like it. Let me get my screen up. I'll show you all what I got going on. And then don't forget, like if you like Avi's screen, you just unpin mine and you'll be able to find it. So, but you can see here, I'm in crude here. I got in early here. So it was looking really nice, but now it's just kind of offering. So my you can actually see it here on this one. My stop, I moved my stop up to here. So it's target's still here, but my entry was right there. So fingers crossed, maybe this thing manages to hold. I really liked this one in particular because we are already at the ATR low projection. So we really shouldn't go much lower than this. So it really shouldn't go much lower than this. So it was kind of a perfect spot to find a good buy today on this. So we'll just see if, if it hangs in it or if it comes down here and takes me out. So we'll find out. So anyway, good morning, everybody.
Hey, Thor, I got a quick question for you. I think I caught you in the BBT chat talking about maybe a possible a scanner or a trade alert breaking out of R4 or something, or did I misunderstand you? On trading view, like you were working on a script with one of your friends, I think.
No, I mean, so this is Trading View here.
Yep.
That I'm running here, and so all of the alerts are running right here now. So basically, what you can do if you want to use them and you have Trading View,
Yep.
all you got to do is go to alerts and do add an alert. If you have like the premium tier,
yep.
You can come in here and go to price and then, or sorry, go to this. Instead of doing a single ticker, you can set it to your entire watch list, which I think is really handy. Go to the condition and select Camarilla pivot plays. And they're already coded in there. Yours won't say DEV. Yours will have a different name to them for now. And then for the condition, mine's different than yours because I'm on a development version right now. But for yours will say entry event or exit event or all events. I would select entry events because the exit events it's a little annoying sometimes. So and then select what time frame. I like using the 5 minutes so you don't get too many calls. And then you can set it as an open-ended alert and create it, and then that'll put it here, and then so you can just set that and then look at, and then I just switch over to the log, and then just let it go, and you can just basically sit back. But once you have this put in place, it'll save, and if you have TV on your cell phone, for instance, these alerts will hit your cell phone as well, which is why it's really handy, especially if you're like running around chasing the kids like I do in the morning sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can be like, all right, I got my watch list ready. I've got my alerts ready. You don't even have to sit around for the open. You can just be all of a sudden, oh, here goes Apple,
Yeah.
Run upstairs.
Thank you so much for doing it. I think it's definitely beneficial seeing this on TradingView as well. I use it quite a bit.
Cool. We got some new stuff that's going to come out on this as well. So in the new, we're going to have an update coming out hopefully next week. And on the update, there's going to be these options presets. So for those of you who use DAS, Direct Access Software, I keep saying DOS and it's DAS. I've been saying that for like 4 years. Anyway, it's DAS. So if you use DAS, you can actually click it and it will make the cams here fit and they will look exactly the same way DAS's does. If you do defaults, you can fix them and do whatever you want. Toss futures code calculations will match if you do this one. And then we're going to have what's called Thor mode. That'll be out. So if you select that one, basically your cams will always match whatever cam sets I'm using. Anytime I change my settings, we're going to update Thor mode, and then you'll get an update alert that there's been an update.
Gotcha. Is a new version going to have like R4 like breakout alert by any chance?
Yeah.
Like, can you set it for an R4 breakout only?
The current ones already have R4 breakout alerts.
Okay.
Yeah, every play from my book is already in here, ready to rock and roll. So like right now, we wouldn't call an R4 breakout alert on this particular ticker, right? Because ATR is near R4 and it's a lower, wider range. So in this instance, the plays we target on a lower, wider range is we're going to call S4 and R3 plays, right? So the two plays I'm going to be looking for, right, would be if this sold down and came to S4. So now right now it says no play possible on like SPY and Qs and many of those, and that's because we haven't opened yet. The system doesn't call trades in the pre-market unless you select the option to call trades in the pre-market. So which I don't. So I do for the futures, not for the equities.
Thanks, Thor.
Oh, it's called DAS.
DAS.
DAS, I insist.
DAS, direct access software.
You're so country, man. That's the problem.
But it's not direct access software. You know, like you're from England. It's direct access software for access. No, it's access, right? So it's DAS.
Hey, Thor, it's kind of funny that, he's a Sri Lankan guy making fun of an American.
It's the best.
Hey, it had to happen. It had to happen, and I'm glad it could happen in this situation. So it's
good fun. Well, I went to a British school, so going to North America for college, I had everything upside down, all the spellings, everything. Oh my God, I had to learn English all over again.
I have the same excuse, man.
I only know English and bad English, so.
Oh, good. Cool. All right, guys, real quick from my side, what I see in the market is there's no news that would scare me. And as far as the patterns are concerned, on the SPY on my screen, I see a consolidation, particularly near the bottom of the Fibonacci level today, 597.69. And what I'm seeing now recently is that it did a false breakout through about 601, came right back into the range. So I'm thinking that could set up a good breakdown whenever it gets down to 597.69. Consolidate down there ideally, and then a short. And I'd like to take the waterfall down if it goes fast. Those things go fast. But that's it. That's all I can see so far. Things will change, obviously. They always do. Let's see. And that's it. And what day is this? Thursday. Yes, it is Thursday. So yeah, no Friday mood yet.
Yeah, when we had our 8:30 news came out, the market went into a pretty solid buy. So they seem to really like that. But I find it very interesting whenever I see the market buying like this ahead of quad witching. So it's just always freaks me out just to see so many people getting all excited and active when I know the selling is a coming. So, but we'll see what happens. I mean, things are going to get crazy around here pretty soon.
Is tomorrow quad witching? Is that right?
It's everything starts rolling over. Yeah, I don't remember if it's tomorrow or Monday, the exact day. I just know it's
Friday. Usually it's a Friday.
I think it's Friday. I think it's tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, that's a fun time.
So stuff's gonna be crazy. So quad witching is so basically you have all of these quarterly expiring contracts. Right. So basically, so all of your futures contracts, like your ES, your MES, not your crude or your gold or your platinum, those are all month to month, but all the major big ones are all 3 months to 3 months. So basically right now you have a moment where all of your futures contracts, we got to make a decision. Can't hold them anymore. They got to cash settle, or so you got to sell them and buy the new one, or just sell them and you're done. So, but what happens is, you also have options chains based on futures, right? So those options chains are also all going to fire, right? So, but of course you also have all of your, your quarterly, your quarterly options that expire otherwise too. So it's just everything starts kind of hitting. It's just a good time.
Yeah, Kevin, you got a question here? yet. It's funny. I've had a good time with options on these triple witching and quad witching days. I don't even know it's quad witching. I show up and I trade. I'm like, oh crap, that was fast.
No,
It's
man,
good.
they can be a party. I mean, the thing
Yeah,
is, it's volume,
that's
man. And for
yeah,
you, actually, it's a large influx of volume, which for you actually could be helpful.
yeah, yeah. It is. When the options have volume, oh man, I like to see them move like it's a ticker.
When you move, they move.
Yeah. Thor, you were talking about some indicator on TradingView earlier. I didn't catch it all, but passive income here wants to know if that's free.
Yep. All indicators that I make are all free. So there is I will plug that the guy who is helping me put them together, who is also a Bearable Traders member, his name is Bruz, and he is freaking awesome. There is a link on there that says buy Bruz a coffee. If you happen to want to buy Bruz a coffee, I will be okay with you doing such a thing. But otherwise, the idea has never been for me to start a software company. And I really want the system to work. I believe in it, and I think it'll really help y'all. So I'm just gonna, I give to you my best stuff. All my best toys, I give to you. Thor Vinacci, we're working on it, right? So we got once Avi's Avinacci is into a trading view, which that's coming soon as well. So I know we've got a member is working on writing an import code to pull those levels and bring them into TV. So once we're there, I mean, if you think I'm not going to be roping those in, I mean, come on now. We're gonna
Can't wait to see it, man.
We're gonna have some fun. I'm gonna have a S3 paired with an Avenacci hit. It's gonna come up soon. I can feel it.
Oh man, love it. More conviction on the level.
One of the things, Avi, I find really fun is how you see the varied moderators within the room, like kind of like how our varied styles start to like overlap in these kind of ways. And you just see a little bit here, a little bit there. It's really fun. I'm like, it's so cool.
It is really cool. We end up landing at the same place from different angles almost and calling them different things. And it's funny in the end, we're like, oh, we're just looking at the same level. Half the time. It's pretty cool.
Can TraderView replace DAS? See, I did it right there. Replace DAS Pro. I hate saying it. It sounds horrible. It's like dirty in your mouth when you say DAS. DOS. Or is it just for tracking trades? So I trade using TradingView. I also trade using DAS. I think it is highly important on what type of trader you are. Like, would I recommend Avi do what Avi does without using a direct access software? Probably not.
No.
Like that dude's slinging some real share volume. He needs to get filled. He needs minimum slippage. This is very, very important. For me, taking 1 or 2 futures contracts, yeah, I'm fine. I don't have to go directly. I can handle a little bit of delay and a little slip one way or the other. It's not going to kill me. But for like Andrew, Avi, Paris, a lot of the moderators, especially in BBT, I would say DAS is going to be and will continue to be the platform of choice.
Yes. I just like the instant information, feedback, execution, all that. But yeah, you don't need it if you're trading a 60-minute chart and entering on a 15-minute chart. I mean, that's almost swing trading at that point. And yeah,
my style, I consider my trading style to be more of like an intraday swing trading style. Like it's really, I really don't even look at my style as being, like it's not a momentum style at all. That's what a lot of people find really annoying about it. Sometimes you gotta sit in it for a while. It's a little boring.
It's all good. That's where the money's made.
Yeah, for me it is, man. I can't do the other stuff, man. So you guys are talented.
Like yesterday with the positions I got into late in the day and how fast it actually happened immediately after I got in. If I didn't have DOS, I would be in a lot of trouble. It was so fast and it was very heavy. and I was rolling options contracts as it was going in my favor, going out of the money constantly. And so yeah, I needed that instant information, instantly hit the button, it works, and
Yeah, you're in.
minimize the risk.
Yeah, I think I got short on MQ at 8:35 in the morning after the news came out and it popped, and I held that all the way until about 30 minutes after the open. It was, and that was it. That was all I did all day. But I made like $4,000 on the position. So so it was all for me. I look at like stock trading like and I'm really bad at golf, so it's kind of an ironic analogy. But I look at stock trading as the golf. I want to get as close to the hole in as few shots as possible.
Makes sense. Cool, guys. The market's about to open. Stick to your strategies. Wait for it. It's a gold mine.
I'll keep my screen pulled up here with my alerts, so any of y'all who are interested, you'll be able to see as my platform calls tickers. You'll see it come across on the alert screen. And then I got the order book for the ES and the NQ up. So for any of y'all like the SPY, want to see what the futures peoples are thinking at the same time, I'll have that there for you. Ding, ding, ding.
Right. Tesla's already gone. I was going to think Tesla might pull back and down 321.
ZN last equal 211.85.
Kevin, you got a hot mic there.
And it sounds like Jarvis.
Hey, Jarvis. This is interesting. NVIDIA as well as God. Let me know what you guys want to look at. I have really nothing on my screen except watching the SPY, but just wandering around for now.
No alerts for me, so nothing really to trade. I wonder how Andrew and Brian are doing.
AMD's interesting, but be very careful. It's very hard to trust it going long. It is interesting, though.
Some buying coming into the market early, but most of that buying was very absorbed, like very absorbed.
Yeah.
So the algorithm there for the specialist chose to crap all over the buyers there, basically. So just kind of be careful. If we start making new lows here, if the smart money bails the open, it could be pretty aggressive in this range, which is ideal. That's what we want. I'd like to buy SPY. Where's your Avenatti low at? I bet it's right around where I want to buy.
597.69 for now. That's the next level down. It's a fair way down.
90.
Yeah, it's a long way down. Ben, yesterday's trade and the recap of it, I made like a 6 or 7 minute video on it, is on my X, as well as I made it available in my trading terminal course. It's in the free module there. Here, let me show you the link if you want.
That's where I'd like to buy, Avi. Pre-market low. 597.48 is my S4. That's where I'd like to buy.
Yeah, right in the same zone.
Same spot, basically.
Nice. Ben, yeah, real quick, the link is here. I just posted it. You'll find on my X is usually where I put these things up, as well as these are short videos, but as well as in the trading terminal course that I've got, which is it's in the free module, so you don't need to buy it. That's where you can find that. Thor, is that S4 for you on your? Okay. Yeah.
The trading terminal recordings, it's just like hit or miss if you can get in or not up to the vault.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of people struggle with that recently. There's some broken links in there. For now, all the videos have been uploaded up until yesterday's live morning session. Let me see what I can. I got to work on this. Figure out there's some broken links where you log in and then you hit the button to go to the academy, but it brings you back to the homepage, right? So, we'll work it out. Definitely, we'll work it out. It needs to work. Well, these short videos are on X anyway, so at least that's there. Here we go.
We're back on top of the VWAP right now on SPY, so we're gonna offer the average price, and the buyers are buying at VWAP, at least for the moment.
Did anyone catch NVIDIA? Didn't happen in a place I'd like it to go long, but again, those of you who are scalping, that would have been interesting so far. 1 minute ORB, you'd be scalping that a minute ago. And let's see if it breaks the high. It's a very tricky high right where it is right now. There's a major sellers up there.
Monthly R3 SPY right here. It's a very big level for selling. 600 on SPY is monthly R3. It's a very, very big selling level.
NVIDIA made that new high, guys. There it goes. Yeah. Yeah, these levels are interesting on SPY, huh? 600 is sticky as expected. You don't want to play with it around there. Yeah. EMB, no good. So let's get this one out of the way quickly, guys. This morning, anyone want to know why Tesla rejected 325.35? There's a very precise reason why. You could tell it before it happened. Come on, those of you who have not been indoctrinated yet.
Just had an alert on Tesla.
It's not the market makers, Shane. You guys know it. I'll let you type it in. I won't say it anymore. There you go, David. You got it. You're first. Because it's an Avi level. That's why it rejected. That's a very firm rejection. Very precise as well.
I'm glad I got out of that, I guess.
Isn't crude in the news a lot lately, Thor? I thought it was yesterday. There was a lot of announcements on that, oil and stuff. I don't know. I just saw it on the calendar. Is that a catalyst?
I think it's, I mean, it did a lot of selling. It had already ran out of its entire downside ATR. So that's kind of why I was so interested in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense.
So, but
Reversals. Yeah.
way back here. So, but I cut it right after the open because I'm just not into it right now. It just hasn't made any progress. Kind of thinking SPY looks short right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so
losing
yeah. We have this monthly R3 right above. It's just a really lovely spot for a short attempt, or at least a spot to think about getting short. We squeezed right into it, kind of closed with a pretty decent topside wick, and then the response was an immediate sell back through the low. And so that's a very weak response. And since we wanted to get lower anyway, right, way down here, we want to go test this low. I'm thinking that also one little thing, keep in mind too, when we're using VWAP, remember VWAP can be a really fun indicator for looking at potential directionality. At the open, when we screamed up really fast, VWAP barely even moved. Right. So generically, if a lot of buying is coming in, VWAP's going to get yanked up really fast. So it did seem like maybe the market maker was, or the specialist here was offloading that buying into retail, which would insinuate they're going to drop the price afterwards, which they did back to VWAP. So kind of not just one of those little pro tips on using VWAP. VWAP lifts and rises as we buy and sell from on top or below the price. So if VWAP's flat and we're selling away from it, that means we're not actually selling. We're just moving lower.
NAQ on the SPY, I'm looking at the moment, there's nothing there, but if it gets to the bottom, 597.69, based on the current candlestick pattern I see, it could break down through there and go short. But it's a long way from there, and if it gets there, it'll probably be an hour from now, and then we'll see what it is. That's the only thing I see on my charts. So it might be another one of going slow at the open. We have interesting activity here on AMD, guys. You see it broke the low of day, which was the what we call first minute candle. Put a green line down there. And for a moment there, it looked like it was breaking through. Just now, it came right back into it. So now inside of this opening range, I don't want to touch it. I would suggest it's going to be choppy in there.
So look, we just started buying like crazy on SPY, Avi. And just bam.
Oh yeah, look at that.
But look at the difference. Look how VWAP starts curling up really heavy. That's a genuine buy. Wow, that's impressive.
There it goes. Yeah.
All right.
Volume in that.
We have an alert on NVIDIA.
Here's another thing, guys, on AMD. Actually, this is interesting. You know, I use these Avi levels, but if you look at this, just the 1 minute chart that I've got here, if it's not respecting the level, it becomes difficult to trust the level. So again, price action should tell you. If it's respecting the level, it tells you, like Tesla did early on, right? Then you can use it. But here, it's not. It's just chopping around that level when it got there. So if I was interested in trading it, I wouldn't trade it at this level, even though I only trade off of these levels. So that's one of the rules I have about levels. Let it prove itself before you put risk on. Another important point. Actually, AMD is very interesting. Lots to observe today, at least so far. It's telling you to stay away from it, basically, so far. The price action is telling you to stay away from it.
I like NVIDIA up here for a potential short setup.
143.97 on NVIDIA is where I've got it. And yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, it's been resistance. Interesting. Whoa, Tesla, there it runs. Anyone catch that? Wasn't looking at it. Look at that. So it rejected firmly off the Avi level early on in the 2nd minute, and then it broke out just a few minutes ago, and it's been clean since then. But you can see where it's choppy, those first 6 minutes or so. And then once it got out of there, it's clean. Isn't that great? You can just tell. I look at this stuff on a 30-minute chart. Where it's choppy on a 30-minute, I won't touch it. I'd wait for it to get out of there. So again, it's telling you where not to play and where you have a potential opportunity. And this one's actually a really neat piece of action. I'd say it's difficult to catch the breakout, though. I wouldn't trust it if I was trading breakouts. But it tells you about price action. Very cool. Tesla. This looks like Elon Musk tweeted something again.
It was yesterday. His tweet was hilarious.
Yeah, what do you do? What do you say? So I didn't even.
He's like,
look.
I may have gone too far.
Oh, really? Oh man, you gotta love it. He'll drop the stock and then he'll have his cousins buy it up and then he'll pump it up again.
I was laughing so hard. He's like, I might have gone too far with some of the things I said. It's like, you think? Oh man, God, it's funny.
So there you go, guys. AMD, do not touch me is what it tells me.
Popping. Come on. I got back long in crude after it held S3 again.
Nice.
At the so come on. It's the only future I like right now, so it'd be nice. I like NVIDIA here. It's starting to look kind of interesting. It's having a lot of trouble buying through this really large order above it, like a crazy stack of orders, like 143 spot 75 through 143 spot 90, like all just loaded of orders. It's just really struggling to buy through them right now. If the market sells from here, NVIDIA will probably take on too much selling. It'll have to run away. And they're bringing on a bid at 143, so it looks like it's going to lunge for 143 in a minute.
Nice. Okay, guys, we're gonna have to do this for a second time today. Is there a good reason why Tesla's struggling at that level? Come on, you guys know these little pop quizzes for you.
I'm not going to answer because it would be cheating.
That's just entertaining at this point.
Because it's scared. That's what I was going to say.
There we go. Yes, it got spooked.
It's terrified.
There we go.
So Thor, like you talking about NVIDIA short, you pay attention to the level 2, right? And then you see they're stacked to the top side, but you say they're struggling to buy up. What's what you really mean by that? Like, isn't it that you would be looking to go long because the orders are stacked to the top side?
So how you have to look at this is about like it could still be a long, right? The order book is quite bullish, and we do have an imbalance of buying, right? So for instance, right here, you can see on this indicator here, our top side book right now is very bullish, right? Lots of orders here. But what I'm seeing is as we buy, our price is moving laterally, not moving up into the book.
Yeah.
Right. So this is absorption, which means although there's these really big orders up here, the specialists are electing to sell into the buyer rather than allowing the buyer to buy the book. Right. So when I watch for price movement, I look to see like how the specialist responds to this, this kind of how this attempt or this effort is. The other thing we look at is what's going on above the book. Here they go. Look, now they're starting to buy. So this is what I'm looking for. I want them to come up into R3 here. And once they get up in here, I'm looking to see them hit maybe 144. And then look at the book above 144. It really leans out between 144 and 144.50. But if they bring in more orders and buy, well, this thing can just go up. I mean, I'm not just going to short, but this is where a place where I like it. So what I want to see now is I want to see a really big sell. And what I mean by a big sell is see like not this, right? The price didn't fall. I want to see a big red dot, a really big sell. And when that happens, I want to see the price drop like crazy. And then I'm going to watch the reoffer as it pulls back up. And if that reoffer looks weak, right, then that'll be the time to hit it.
Okay. Thank you.
So you got to think about it too. Like in the beginning, like so far, all we've really seen is just pretty strong buying. So when you're timing these reversals, you don't want to be too aggressive because you really want to wait till you see it like that. That's a nice sell. Big red dot here that dropped the price. So this is I want to see this candle close red, ideally as an engulfing candle to the downside, right? Like kind of like how this looked actually. But if this was like up here near R3, I might have liked it a little bit better. Maybe even been willing to try a shot at it. But the volume, look at how big the candle is. Look how low the volume is, right? I need a bigger sell candle. I need an engulfing candle with some big volume to show me that we've hit our seller and we've started selling. You know what I mean? So far, we haven't quite had that signal yet.
Thank you.
Let's go crude. I'm long crude here. So right here, hold on.
We got into Oracle. Looks like that thing's in play today. Big gap and all that. And a very good fallen angel setup for a 5-minute ORB. That's exactly what it should look like. Almost exactly. Very neat. And you want to look at Google? All right.
Baba called.
Google. What do we have on Google today? So, it looks like a neat little double top. Came down in consolidation. I would have thought about a breakdown, but what I don't really like during the consolidation, it's actually quite wide. It's not putting in tiny candles just on top of a level or just under a level. It's not done any of that. Sure enough, it did break out, but it turned into a false breakout so far. This is just a 30-minute chart. And if this truly is a false breakout, then I'd wait for the 177 zone, ideally consolidation breakout the other way. So it's interesting, but I wouldn't touch it where it is, right in the middle between 177 and 175.50. I think it's a mess. Again, for me, it's always the quality of the consolidation tells me about the quality of the potential breakout. And that keeps me out of a lot of garbage positions. All right. I think NVIDIA is interesting here now. Look at this. It's grinding up into this level. Let's see what happens.
They've pulled orders off the top side of the book too, which is interesting. It's not there yet. So again, we're still moving up. We're not making lower lows, right? We're still kind of making higher highs and higher lows. So it's not yet. It really looks interesting. So this is kind of the kind of stuff we're looking for, but it's
tricky.
think about like you're a hunter and you're on the edge, you're in the blind, you're ready to go. There's a deer, you're ready to do it, but it's just not the right time yet. You got to let it get right in the right position. So now that's what we're waiting for. It's interesting. I like it. Need it in the right spot though.
And real quick, guys, Tesla, you can see it did that ORB, the big breakout. Looks like it's come back to retest the breakout, but I don't trust it. There's no way I would call this a retest. Because again, based on my strategy, the move already happened. It went from one level to the next. It did it without a retest. It just did a breakout and hit the target. It may still go back. It may do a retest, but it's not where I would take it. Just because the breakout was already massive. It went to the next level. So something to think about when you're looking at retests of breakouts. So both NVIDIA and Tesla in interesting places right now.
A lot more selling on NVIDIA now too. So one of the things you can notice is as you're looking at my NVIDIA on the book here, a lot of red dot, big red dots, right? So now we have a lot of selling coming into the market. So the market maker is only going to be okay with that for so long, because right now the price isn't dropping while we're selling, which means the market maker is having to absorb it. So eventually the market maker is just going to let it go to the book and we're going to waterfall.
Avi, are you taking SPY over here?
No, let it go. It's not set up for the breakout for me. This is not a kind of consolidation that I like to see. It did a false breakout just on the previous candle. It may still run up. I don't know. Let it go. But I'm not going to touch this.
Yeah, our buying on NQ is starting to absorb as well. We might be kind of topping on the market for a little bit.
And real quick, guys, also on my strategy, if you look at the SPY chart I've got here, I like to look to the left. And if you look just where it is, about 601 and all of yesterday's action, really, it was messy. Between 601 and about 602, it was messy. Then going up between we'll call 602.50 and 604-ish, it was messy. This is not where I want to be in it. It's most likely going to be messy if it gets there. So try managing that. It gets tricky. I'd rather not put myself through that. So let it go and wait for a better setup. There are times when I will take that, but this is not a setup for that. Not at all. Kim, what is Thor's indicator called on TradingView? Thor's what? Thor and not your
Camarilla pivot plays. You can just, if you have TradingView, you can just type it right in there. It's a public indicator.
Guys, once again, AMD still has teeth. You could see that from earlier when we were talking about it like 20 minutes ago. Don't touch this thing. It's messy. It's still messy. It's still not getting out of it. Even though it's made these higher lows, but try managing something like this when you're in it. This is very hard. So stay with me.
Showing some more potential here.
There you go, getting it to go down.
What a beautiful, look, they had pulled some more orders off the top. Now look how we're starting to lose order structure right above the price we're selling now. Right off of R3 right there. Let's see if it sustains. The moment of truth here. That was definitely a nice sell. So now as we re-offer and pull back up, this is where it's very easy to get spooked, especially if you already got in. But what's really important is to watch this re-offer here. If this comes up on low volume, it's going to be a really nice signal for a solid short back down, likely all the way to S3. Because you got to think we moved from 42 up to, I don't know, I mean, 143.5 really fast. I mean, it only took us like 30 minutes or something like that to make that move. So we might come back down just to offer fair value on that larger move. So think about your 30-minute high and low, coming back to find the midline of that. Let's see, I'll show you. Blink. So right here. You're like 142.80. Yep. I'm still holding crude. Being boring. But you know what you're gonna do.
All right, I've been holding offshore oil tanker stocks for 7 years already. Boring as hell.
Nice.
But yeah, it goes.
I love me some oil. My best swings are always in either crude or gold. I always do the best on those because they're so directional. Once they get going, they really just go. But crude, like, I don't know, if it ever goes down, just buy it, right? I mean, like,
Yes, in the current geopolitical climate, yes, definitely.
you know,
Definitely. I've been playing gold through gold mining stocks, gold mining
cool.
companies, which again, I've been accumulating them for 7 or 8 years. And when gold has been going up recently, guess what happens to the miners' profits and therefore their earnings per share is just through the roof. These things have tripled just in this quarter. So it's pretty good when you have a long-term perspective. You can take advantage of bigger moves with leverage, because basically miners are gold with leverage, put it that way. Free options.
That reoffer on Nvidia was really weak. So when we pulled back up and tried to go back for the highs, the volume just tanked. So we had zero interest to buy when we went back up. It's pretty solid right now. Probably going to reoffer VWAP.
Guys, watch AMD now getting to the high of day area. Or is it 121.30? Again, that's a key resistance point. If it gets there and does a little consolidation, ascending wedge or something just there, that's where you might want to get ready for something to pop upwards. For now, of course, it's still within its opening price action, and it's a mess. But that's where I think, just like Tesla was messy and then it popped out nice and clean, AMD could do that as well a little later. And there you go, Tesla. You see that retest happening around about where it is right now? It's not a retest, not to my playbook. Like I was telling you guys earlier, just because the breakout already hit the target and now it came back. That's more like a reversal already happened. A breakout and a reversal both happened. And now, I don't know. We'll find out. Katie, just buy the tankers. Yeah, you know what? I might pop into Abu Dhabi next week or this weekend.
Pick them up, auction.
Yeah. Or what in cash? There would be, what are these? The old ones that are on 15 years old. You buy them for like $50 million, maybe 30, maybe. You own a tanker. What are the day rates on that? $150,000 a day. Operating costs about half of that or less. That's a business.
Yeah.
Yeah, but try buying a tanker off an Emirati prince. You're not going to sell it to you.
I think like we get a tanker, but we retrofit it for day trading, and then you just roll around and pick people up.
It's a yacht, a super yacht, the best.
Super yacht.
Oh yes.
10,000 trader capacity.
Becomes our own little city.
I did think it would be kind of cool just to like have like a little like, kind of like how they're doing in Vancouver, but with like Peak or whatever. It would be kind of cool just to have like a little trading office set up and just have like, some desks in there just so we can all hang out and BS and have a couple drinks while we're trading. Why not? It's not like we take this seriously anyway,
But basically, doing that online.
I know, right? No. I mean, I just think it'd be fun.
More like a casual prop firm setup.
Nvidia tried to buy there again. Look at that again. Once it bought, still topside wick, lowered volume on the buy. I mean, actually, the buy volume elevated, but it actually resulted in a topside wick. So actually still looking pretty decent for this reversal here. Not sure if anybody maybe took a shot at that one, but it fit. It was a really nice setup.
I did.
Nice.
Yeah, I did another retest when the volume was really low. Yeah, so we'll see.
So I'm thinking it looks pretty good. You can notice here too, as we were actively buying, see, this is that thing I was talking about. See how VWAP kept arcing up, and then it was like, you can see as we get here, right? You know we're selling now because it starts to flatten out. There are times where it will pull back, but notice as it pulls back here, look, the price is still coming up, right? So the selling's not really affecting VWAP, but in this instance, VWAP's flattened out now, right? So it does genuinely look like if you don't love reading volume or you don't have a book map to see what the CVD is, VWAP is basically like a CVD. When it's up sloping, you're buying. When it's down sloping, you're selling. You just have to be on top of it or below it, obviously, but it's a handy one. I know now why Andrew uses it so often and so effectively. I honestly wasn't too sold on VWAP for a while. And the reason I liked it is because when I went to the NYSE the last time, like every market maker or specialist I talked to had VWAP as one of their algorithm sets. They were always watching it. So I was like, okay, well, maybe it's more than I thought it was. They all use it. I guess that's a thing.
I need to make a trip out there with you to get convinced of that little blue line on the chart.
I'm not saying it's worth using, but I'm saying I'm just kidding. That's
I guess what's the news on Boeing? Does anyone know? I see it tanked. It came down.
Plane crash in India.
Which airline? Air India?
Oh,
I don't know which airline was it, but that's
Which
like
airplane?
Yeah, Air
242
India.
people.
Yeah, it was Air India.
Air India. Okay, that explains it. That's not a Boeing problem. That's an Air India problem. I can tell you that. I know
It
that.
was like a Dreamliner, like a 10 years old.
a Dreamliner. Yeah, those are new airplanes, but still, I mean, I trained half those pilots. They can't fly.
And I mean, one survivor. Can you believe that? One survivor out of all the 200 something people who died. Like, that's crazy though. He must be the luckiest person in the entire planet.
Wow.
wait, no one died?
Yeah, like it just as it took it's a flight to UK, took off, something wrong, 600 feet, died straight down, and I think it crashed in an apartment or something. Everybody died. I think it was full fuel, right? So it's just a big, like a fireball, like as soon as it crashed, and it's one survivor.
It was on takeoff, right? Do you know
Yeah.
if it was an engine failure on takeoff? That's very common.
But there's two engines. So one could manage it, right? Like how can both be out
Yes,
of focus?
it can, but you need to have some skills to manage at 600 feet. The gears barely come up yet, and you're fully heavy. You're very dirty configuration. The flaps are down. I mean, and you're full of fuel, man. You're heavy. It's very
heavy. That's the thing. The weight's the issue too. You're so heavy.
Yeah, and he called Mayday, but it was, like it's a crowded city, right? As soon as it took off, I mean, those buildings, everything, and it's just crashed. So sad.
Yeah. That's a shame.
Yeah, 18,000 liter of fuel was that.
It's all kerosene basically. That goes, and of course there's plenty of sparks in the jet engines to light that up. So.
It's weird because I woke up and somebody posted a video and it was an AI video, and I thought it was just a fake news, and then I saw the stock, and then Peter was talking about it. But with the AI, people are so quick to make the videos.
Yeah, it's hard now. Like, even now.
Wow. Yeah, damn shame.
There was a video of
it's
the plane
my
crashing, but I don't think the flaps were done on takeoff, which is crazy just watching it.
The flaps got to be down at takeoff, man. That thing's flying India to London. That's like 10 hours, and that airplane needs full of fuel. Doesn't have massive tanks like a 747 or something. It's a long range, but not ultra long range. It'll be heavy, basically, for its payload capacity. It's heavy, and you need at least 10. I think they use about 15 degrees flaps on takeoff and about 45 coming down for landing. Those planes need it, man. If you flap them down, the engine goes out. You're heavy.
Man, we're almost to my target on crude. It started rallying. Oh, come on. All I need is one of these bad boys.
Tesla is interesting too for the push downwards. There it goes right now. 325 break. Again, I'm seeing lower highs on the 1 minute chart. That's what gave me that clue. But it's a messy thing. I don't trade this stuff. I think it's very messy. We have some airline pilots in here, or former airline pilots too, so get an opinion when there's time.
I went ahead and moved my stop up under the poor man's trend line here. If I'm going to follow the 50 SMA, if it sells off a VWAP and comes through the 50, we'll just consider that to be a signal to get the heck out. But I'm hoping we get this run back to the central pivot. It's the mid range of yesterday, basically, and that's kind of my target there. So should make me should hit 800 bucks on that one, and I'm mirroring this trade through 3 other accounts. So it'll be 800, but it'll be 800 across 4 total accounts. So which will be kind of fun.
Nice.
Using the tech, man. Using the tech for the heavy lifting. Why? You know.
Love it.
How do you use Thor to mirror these trades across the accounts?
I use Ninja the platform, and then I use an add-in called Replicanto. It's like a $200, $300 program, depending on if you get it on a promo or whatever. And so basically you load all of your accounts into it, and then you have to log into each one of them and then arm them, and then you have a leader account. So my leader account is the account that's on here, and you could use an interactive brokers account. You could use an Apex. You could use a funded account like an Apex or someone else, and then still have it firing through your actual brokerage account. Even though you're using a funded. So, and that's what I do. I use my brokerage account, and then I fire it through 3 funded accounts as well. So I'm just using all these funded accounts and stealing their money.
Gotcha. Thanks.
Andrew won't give me a funded account, Avi.
Yeah, he declined me as well.
I said we can do a challenge. And he's like, no, I'm good.
Oh, man.
And video was looking good there for a minute. They brought in the buying now, man. They started squeezing back up.
Hey guys, real quick on AMD, I'm looking at this in hindsight again on the 1-minute chart. That previous high of day, 121.28, you can see where this was a great big white candle as it went through. And if you traced it up there, trying to get long above the level, well, that's an issue there. And what would tell you not to get long there is that it didn't consolidate right below the level. It just popped up out of nowhere and went, right? And sure enough, it came right back quickly. So when you see things, big candles pop up quick, remember that can be dangerous. But also, if you're catching breakouts, just make sure you have a good consolidation right under the level before it goes up. Same on the reverse going down. This is, again, very obvious to my eyes, like just stay the hell away from this. It didn't even give you that potential for a breakout, even though it looked like it was breaking out for a moment. That's when you don't chase. That's when you get excited when you see things move and you've been watching for half an hour, you get tempted. That's when you really got to stick to your patterns or whatever your strategy is. For me, it's just patterns, and there's nothing here. These are important things to know about. I can tell you I've lost lots of money over the years doing this. Then you learn your lessons.
Mm.
Where did this spy go? Nowhere. I like days like this. Watch the open and then take a nap for 2 hours, come back and get a big trade. Best thing in the world.
Exactly.
Pretty wild. Yeah, Jacob, go ahead. You got a question?
Yeah, I mean, to Thor, since you're trading futures, Thor, is there any times you don't trade? Can I find, the big spikes happen at, let's say, 4 o'clock, or London Open? You stop,
I get a lot of trades that come from really early in the pre-market now, trading futures for sure. So basically I have my alerts set. And so anytime I get an alert, it's technically it's a potentially viable trade. So I still have all of my rules that I have for, what's a trade I'm willing to take and get in and get out. Like for instance, my first attempt on crude this morning was actually at 7:20 in the morning. So, and I ran a stop below the low. So, but once it held here and came back, I stopped out of it. But once it held this low, I really liked it. So I was able to get in and I was able to take more contracts and tighten my stop up a little bit. Since I had, I knew if I could use pre-market low instead of using this entire range. So that let me tighten my stop up a little bit. You can see I got back in here. So I just ran it here instead of here. So I could get a couple extra contracts. So now instead of my target being yesterday's close, my target gets to be right here. But yeah, I really don't have any. One of the things I really liked about futures, I'd still like about futures, is they have a lot of potentials around, around the market. Like I had a really nice, I was getting ready for my Bear Bull Traders presentation Tuesday night when I think it was like the treasurer of China came out and said like some of their talks went okay or whatever. So there was a big pop and futures volume came in right there, and it looked very disingenuous. So I went ahead and shorted. And by the time I was done with my Bear Bull Traders presentation, I had already made an extra $800. So you know what I mean. So for me, and I had an alert on my phone. It popped up. It said NQ, NQ at the right area. So I looked at it and said, okay. So, but as long as I've got a viable setup, I mean, futures trade very liquid. As long as there's volume. You know what I mean? If they look algo-y, like all choppy, don't trade them. But as long as there's volume, hell yeah. I mean, they're fun.
Yeah, but like I'm finding it like, like the social media is now really annoying these days. I mean, yesterday NQ right at 8 a.m. Those are big, like just wiped the high, the previous day high, and just came back all the way in the range. It just like spiked.
Yesterday, I shorted NQ at 8:34.
Okay, you were lucky.
Right after that big spike happened, I shorted it, ran my stop above the high, and just held it. And then by 9:45 in the morning, I had made a full run and it hit my target.
But these spikes, just if you're in a good run, like before, that 8 a.m. that thing, like it happened a couple of days on NQ now, and I'm just like so annoying. You just get kicked out of the trade for no reason.
One of the things I've been doing as a practice, which you may want to try and do, is I actually like every morning, like kind of like my grandpa used to do. You'd wake up and pull open like the Financial Times and look at like what's happening today. Like I kind of do the same thing like every single morning. But now I've gotten to the point where I'm looking a day ahead. You know what I mean? So, but some of this stuff, especially since we're playing very market sensitive instruments, is a little unavoidable. Like the whole thing, like if the current commander and guy comes out and says China, I don't know if you've seen the TikTok that's out right now. It's hilarious. There's a TikTok some trader put out. I'll have to try and share it with you guys maybe. And he's like sitting there and it's like trading in 2024. And it's like, all right, I'm going long here. It's like, woohoo. And he's like, all right, I'm going short here. He's like, woohoo. He's like trading at 25. He's like, I'm long here. Yeah. All right, China. Like you guys like entirely the other direction. But I mean, so you got to be a little aware, and even with like Avi's crew, you guys trade a lot of SPY and Q and stuff like that, right? These are very market sensitive instruments. So, you want to make sure you got your stops on. If you're, you make sure you lock in a little profit every now and again if necessary. Don't get too greedy. Because all you need is one T-Dog Trump to come out and the whole thing goes sideways.
Exactly. So, okay, makes sense. Yeah, like it's better to partial at different levels rather than waiting for the full run.
I like going for the full run. That's still because I pick the edges of ranges, and algorithmically, I just don't get stopped out when these things happen enough for me to change that. But for a slightly for a trader who hasn't, maybe I've already been through 4 years of this guy, so I'm used to this. I've oddly enough, I feel like this is like in the movie like Castaway. You know what I mean? He like gets taken off the island, and then, he just doesn't know how to act anymore. So then he goes back to the island. I mean, I kind of feel like I'm back in the island now. Like this is what I grew up doing. It's just insane market where just all kinds of weird things are happening. We're going to miss the prior administration, I think, when it comes to stock trading. Because, you used to be able to just buy the dip and bag hold. Hey, that was a perfectly good way to go. But now, nope, none of that. You go ahead and hold it. Dare you. Like, I dare you. You just sweat rolling.
A lot of people are also saying, like, it's totally different Biden versus Trump because he's so active on Twitter. Like you got to be careful trading with Trump. Like you never know if you're in a position like this guy can really screw it up.
And there's a real reality to the market hates uncertainty, right? That's one thing the market doesn't like. So the market knew in the last administration that basically no matter what happens, we're just going to pump this economy. You know what I mean? Like no matter what happens, we don't care who we got to get the money from. We're gonna go borrow it from Avi if we need some extra money. Like they're gonna go get it from whoever they need it from. They're like, we need oil tankers. Avi's like, I got 10. But everyone knew like no matter what happened, Powell was gonna come in and sprinkle a little love on the market, and everything was gonna be great. Now people are like, well, Powell says the market's okay, but you know what I mean? Like nobody really knows what's going to happen, right? So,
That's right.
And the market does not like uncertainty. So the market's kind of like, I don't know. Let's see what happens. Maybe I'll just buy some bonds for a little while, you know, and then maybe I'll go get some land, maybe buy some oil. You know, Avi wasn't saying, hey, I'm going to go load up on QQQs, was he? No, he's like, I'm going to go buy an oil tanker. That thing will be worth more in 2 years.
Basically, I have through stocks. Yeah.
You know, we should follow Avi on his long-term investment plan. It's pretty good.
He's like, Buffett never figured out don't buy oil, buy the tanker and the oil and the land and the country. Actually, I'm just taking all of it. Just call me Prince Avi. Actually,
Very soon.
Oh man, I need to go hide.
Prince Avenacci. Actually,
No
sounds
problem.
kind of sweet. Actually,
Thank you.
yeah, pleasure.
Hey guys, real quick on the SPY, you can see it did a breakout. It's on its way. It's nicely on its way. It looks like almost halfway on the move if I was going to go long. Now it's going, but doesn't mean I should have taken it because the setup really wasn't there. It was no genuine good consolidation below the level. It even did a false breakout beforehand. There's no way I would trust it. And to take it back, I'll show you what I would trust. If I just put a level right here, for example, on this day, a few days ago, if I had a level here, you can see these lows getting higher. You see this ascending wedge right here. If that was a level on that day, this was a perfect setup for the breakout. Here's where I would go, and I would go in heavy. You can see the setup here. What ascending wedge do you have? What consolidation do you have before the breakout? No, just about here. Where's it? Right there. Oops. So you just want to show you the difference. I was talking about the quality of the consolidations. There's nothing here in today's action compared to this action a few days ago. This is what I mean. This is when I see this is when I'll really get in. Here, I'll just let it run, and I'll take a look at the next level up or wherever it goes in a few hours. So again, this is the kind of stuff that keeps me out of a lot of garbage trades. Today, this may have been very profitable by now, but more often than not, it's a disaster. And that's why I don't touch it. It's a game of probabilities, right? So again, just simple candlestick patterns. Make sure if you're using candlestick patterns at levels like I do, that you have them really, really well defined and you're not having gray areas and bending the rules on what a candlestick should look like. And it's an upside down candlestick or whatever the hell. Make sure you're firm about what you need to see before you go and put your money at risk. Otherwise, you're on the border of gambling rather than trading. So be careful of these sorts of things. You should have these things in your trade book. And
We definitely scoot that line quite a bit, huh?
Yeah. And if you look on the 1 minute here, this was a mess. Try getting into the breakout. I mean, look at this disaster. Yeah, you did get an ascending wedge kind of thing before the breakout, but it's very hard to trust with this activity. Oh man. So again, if you got in, you made money so far after maybe 3 stops.
Here we go. Come on now.
But you can't trust it.
It's a pretty solid push on crude right there.
Yeah, we got Tesla. We got what's Tesla sitting there.
They're really up. So this is one of those moments. Just for y'all VWAP people, notice here how we're hitting. I mean, it's just right up into the average price here, and there's algorithms that just hunt VWAP like no one's business. It's pretty wild. But you can see another indication here. Look, big volume right at VWAP, wicked right up and hit VWAP. Now coming back down. If this comes through the 50, I'm going to go ahead and get out of this one, and I'll still capture really solid profit on the day. I mean, it'll be like a maybe $1,800 or something like that. So, but if this runs and keeps going, we'll try and get all the rest of it.
Nice. NVIDIA made a higher high than it did about half an hour ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I would not think of it. Yeah, just based on that, I would not think of a short anymore.
It's really kind of broken the rules, the way it's to fit. It looked good, but it's been, I really liked it before. It was really doing a lot of good things.
Yeah. And AMD again is interesting. It's had a previous high of day and it has a new high of day even overhead. You see these lines on my chart. Again, consolidation before the breakout. If all that happens on a 1 minute, you may have an opportunity for a momentum breakout. So far, it hasn't given you any of that. Even here, though, this is a bit of a situation of higher lows, but I wouldn't trust it because, directly overhead, you have that high of day. You'd have to plan for resistance over there. 121.45. So again, AMD is telling you a lot of reasons not to touch it all the way through so far today. These are the things I look for. I mean, 95% of my trade book is don't touch it. It's only a few opportunities to get, and then
selling
okay.
range finally.
We have Trump's birthday parade this weekend. We have like tanks and choppers and everything in the streets.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's like an old school.
It's wild. It looked like a military town. We have like so many soldiers running around. Yeah, it's quite intense.
I wish he'd pop into Dubai for his birthday. His golf course is 5 minutes from my place. The Trump golf course, whatever the hell it's called. It's just,
Unfortunately, I live in Washington, D.C., and my birthday and Father's Day are Sunday, and it appears I'm not going to be able to get out of my neighborhood even on Sunday. So I'm like on lockdown in Washington, D.C. It's insane. Even like the Pentagon parking lot, people that work at the Pentagon like couldn't drive to work today because everything is just completely shut down in certain areas already.
That's so wild.
Everything is blocked. We had like I live by the National Mall here. There's all the streets are blocked, and
Yep, I'm in Georgetown. I'm like right near Georgetown and Foggy Bottom, so I'm like great. I've heard that I can't even take up Chain Bridge, like I can't even go north till UDC starting like today. I'm like cool.
It's intense.
I'm gonna do a road trip with my son at the end of the summer, and one of our stops is going to be probably stopping just outside of DC. Maybe I should see if we can get if we've got a few people up there, maybe we could get
man.
Just have everybody meet at like a bar or something outside of DC or something. We can hang out for an hour.
That'd be awesome.
I would love to join, but Thor, I'm actually moving to Florida in a month. I'm moving to Sarasota, downtown Sarasota, as a matter of fact.
I love Sarasota.
I know, we talked about that before.
I used to work in Sarasota.
Yeah, I'm excited to live there.
Oh my God, Sarasota is so beautiful. Anna Maria Island is just like
I love it.
All that in a bag. So, white quartz sand beach. I mean,
so nice.
Just saying it sounds amazing, but it's like, being like 90 degrees outside and the sand's still like cool to the touch. It's amazing. But I'm gonna go ahead and dip out of here and go get a little breakfast because I don't see anything I'm too excited about right now, and I'm just gonna let this crude marinate, pun intended, and then we'll see what happens. But great hanging with everybody today, Avi.
All right, yeah, thanks, Thor. Good fun as always. Take it easy, get a good meal in, and I will catch you next time. Cool. Well, that's a shame. You're going to spend your birthday with Trump in the neighborhood. Oh, man.
I know.
And then you couldn't have moved to Florida before.
Right.
Before your birthday. Could have planned that better.
I know. I totally misplanned everything.
I think they're shutting down the airport that day too, like DC airport.
I know that's what I've heard. I can't recall there being anything this intense before. Is it I know it's his birthday, but it's also Flag Day. So which one are we like really celebrating?
I don't know. There's a big banner saying happy birthday to like 250th birthday to Army or something. I don't know. I didn't read
that's
it.
right. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
it's the Army's 250th. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's like the whole mall is filled with choppers and tanks.
Oh my gosh.
It's a very interesting situation.
It's going to be a good weekend to dive into PCT webinars I need to catch up on and do nothing but stay home.
Yes. Do all the homework. PCT guys got lots to do. Yes. Oh man, what a shame. Yeah, guys, about 6 or 7 minutes left in here. So whatever questions you have, let me know. And meanwhile, I'm looking at NVIDIA setting up for a breakout, a bit of a false break so far. Still in that zone. Break of the previous high of day, basically, which is also the Fibonacci level. But this is a 1 minute chart. I don't trust 1 minute charts. On a 30-minute, it's already gone, so it's too late for that. But anyways, interesting price action. Passive income. You want to know what is the main reason for having 3 or 4 accounts versus put all the money in one account to trade with? I don't do this stuff. Thor does this. He would answer that better than I can, but I would guess. They're all funded accounts, basically. and so he's, as far as I know, it's simulated money, and then if he makes a profit, he gets paid similar to what we have at PCT. And so if you're doing multiple accounts, you get paid more.
Yeah, it's all different companies he used with like 3 different, like I think it's Apex, Trade Funded or something like that, and Trade Profit.
Yeah, the biggest thing is they have what's called a 30% rule, which is kind of like what PCT has. Not one profit can't come from more than 30% of your equity above your baseline. So if you make, say, 10,000 on a trade, they can deny a payout. But if you make 2,000 over 5 accounts, then they'll pay you out on each account. That's one of the main reasons why I do it with my funded.
That makes sense.
Cool. Thanks, guys. That makes sense. Wow. Cool.
I talked to Thor about it, and he told me that he's building an account, taking all the money out of those funded accounts. So he's funding his own account in the IBKR from those funded accounts.
That's what I'm doing too. For free. I'm using that money to fund my option account.
Yeah. That makes perfect sense. That's what you want to do. That's what most people who start funded accounts, that's what they do. If they can get paid, and then they start their own, and yeah. And also, it's an excellent learning tool. Like, that's what we have at the BPT and PCT. It's more, the purpose of it is a learning tool without blowing up your own cash. If you happen to be profitable by the end of the 3 months, whatever it is, then you get paid. So it's there's that purpose as well.
If you don't treat them like casinos, and you actually trade them the right way, their rules are so strict they force you to trade the right way almost.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Good building good habits. Yeah, don't go chasing stuff around. Definitely a good thing.
And the drawdown rule is what gets me.
Yes, don't go over trade.
I'll tell you what gets me shitty is that they charge you commissions on a fake account. That's the only issue I have with them.
Really? On a sim trade?
It's a profit tool for them. They keep the commissions, but they charge you commissions as if it's a real account, but it's sim.
Yeah. Oh man, that is tough to deal with.
Anthony, you can back me on this. So like if a trade goes like $500 in your favor, and then it pulls back to 200 and you get out, you took a $300 drawdown, right?
Correct.
Yeah, that's the drawdown rule I'm talking about.
That,
yeah.
Oh,
that's awful.
It's awful. Oh yeah, if the account would blow at say 47,000 on a $50,000 account, now you're blowing at 50,100. So the point that you blow up at comes up because think of your P&L pulls your drawdown up. And then it doesn't lower.
That gotta be realized, right? It's not like the 500. If it's on, like you didn't take the profit, then doesn't matter. It's gotta be realized first.
Yeah.
Damn, that's tough. Then you almost have to scalp your positions. Almost, it's kind of tricky.
You have to.
You don't have to scalp your positions because your position will be so small as compared to your buying power.
Yeah.
So that like 1 or 2 trade will not even matter.
Wow.
That's how a lot of my friends they play it. So they have a buying power of 50 contracts, but they buy only 1 contract for that. So if the trade goes into their favor or against them, it doesn't even matter. So if like the drawdown will not matter, and they have like 20 accounts attached to that, to the linked, so that they have same trade on those 20 accounts. So they're buying 20 contracts, but 1 contract on all of those separate accounts.
Yeah, but you got to pass every single one of those accounts, all 20 of them.
Yes.
Yeah, get approved for all.
That'll take some time.
Yeah. It does.
Cool. Wow, I've never explored any of this stuff. Wow, you guys got that experience. Awesome. All right, guys, last couple of minutes. Well, the trading in the end, I think Thor and me are not too far apart, and our style is in levels and go from one level to the other. The details are different. Yeah. So guys, last couple minutes here, and we'll be ending this session. And then for my mentees, we have our mentee webinar starting in 30 minutes. I'll put out the link right now as soon as we end here. And we'll start that at 11. Don't be late, please. We'll have some fun with this one. Sach, you sent me an email? Okay, thanks. I'll take a look at it after my nap, okay? But yeah, I'll take a look at it, no worries. Mayback, you took the advice to cut your size by half and feel good. Good for you. You got to trade the right size for where you're at with trading. If it's too big, you'll freak out. If it's too small, it won't turn you on. So what's the point? You got to get the right size. That's important. So there we go. NVIDIA again looking to break out. What's interesting to my eyes is these higher lows during this tight consolidation, which is a good indicator it can break out. But again, this is just a 1 minute chart. On a 30-minute, it's already on its way. You're way too late in this.
Yeah, do you post on Instagram as well your trades?
From time to time. I've hardly been doing that. I've been encouraged to do that, so I do sometimes when I remember. Usually that's later.
I was trying to take a look at your trade from yesterday. I just can't access it to your trading terminal or
Is the direction.
It's Jasker, you got a hot mic. Yeah, on Instagram it disappears within like what, a day, 24 hours or something. When I
24 hours.
Yeah, it disappears. But over there it's just screenshots anyway. The videos, when I do a trade review, when there's something to review, I'll do a review like yesterday, and I think I did another one last week or a couple last week. Those I put them on X. Those are less than 10-minute videos, so those work just fine. But that's where they stay, on X really. Instagram is still a bit of a place I don't really use too actively.
okay, so you get on X. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, sure. Well, I'm on both, but yeah. Half the time I forget. I have to be reminded. Most people send me messages reminding me late in the night, hey, get online or get on social media. I'm like, oops. All right. It's just not a habit I have at the moment. Not yet, at least. All right. Okay, guys, 10:30 now. So we'll end this one. Hope you guys kept it green and had a good time with it. My mentees, I'll put out the link now. We'll get into that session. The rest of you take it easy. We'll be back live trading again tomorrow. Talk to you all soon.
Thank you, Avi.
Thanks, Avi.
Bye. See you soon.